47 years of anthrax built up underneath this.
With great calf prices last year in 2024, we're using money in 2025 to finally get this shop door replaced. It's been about 50 years. It was installed, we think, around 74, 75, so roughly the mid-1970s. And so we're going to be swapping this out. It's frankly a pain to close. If you look up, the spring is uncoiled to an extent on this north side. And at the time, it was state of the art. It was super light, efficient, and now it's just not. So a lot of this styrofoam insulation is going to be gone. Like that was already falling off. We're going to be having a really good door now. And we have to get some prep work done in the meantime. We looked, and this support post looks good on the inside, but we'll have to show you on the outside that it is not, and we're going to have to get it replaced. In the meantime, we're also going to have to drop the ceiling a little bit to make sure that there's a support for the new motor and the rails that are going to be coming in. We need to make sure everything's good and well secured. We kind of have the support structures in place now, but we're going to end up creating a ceiling to maximize some of our efficiency with insulation so that we're not just heating up dead space up there. We're going to actually lower the ceiling like it is in the other shop area, which I'll show you, just like this. So there's a ceiling here, and there's not over here. So we're going to get that fixed. And that's all going to be part of this initial process. We're going to get at least some scaffolding set up in that area and framing done so that we can support the shop, and then we'll work from there. But our job is to probably pull this door off and get this beam, this post, reset. As I was sharing, it looks good on the inside, but you can tell it's definitely rotted out here. This is just the facing plank, essentially. It's kind of a trim piece, really. But when you expose that and you look underneath, you can see that the actual support post is, well, it's rotting. We got to replace it. So Dad's up here trying to expose some of this where that post might be, and there it is. You can see it. And that's interesting. We always find interesting things in this place. Might be one of them.
That's the highest tech sheeting insulation at the time. At R2.
1970 something.
Yeah, mid-70s.
Probably R0.5.
Which was, well, the whole thing was meant to just keep the wind out if you could.
Now that he has it all exposed, this is the supports essentially on the side of the barn, and then there's just cripples between the supports to fur it out.
This is our girts.
Girts, okay.
There's turn girt, and then there's flat, and then, yeah, the cripples in between just to give it stability and keep everything out here so that you can finish and no wind gets in there, moisture.
But the main post that we're trying to replace is that one on the back, and like I said, when we go to expose it at the bottom, womp womp, it really needs to be swapped out. So that's kind of our problem right now. So we just got done kind of cleaning some of that junk out. We thought it was just a little bit of dirt, but that's pretty much all the post. It's gone. Look at that. Let me see if I can zoom in here. There's nothing in there.
How far that goes. Not much holding that. It's all just rotted. All right, that's good.
Good to know.
Good to put it back.
He goes, how big is that post? I don't know.
Measure it. That's 5 inch. I bet the other one's 5.5 inch, which is fine because we'll just open up. We'll probably have to chip the cement a little bit anyway back here to get that in. Replace this new post, and then.
Oh yeah, that's way bigger.
This might be a full 6. 5.5. So 1/2 inch bigger. That ain't bad. We can deal with that. So we'll get that up there. We'll pull that off, loosen it. But now, what we really have to do is deconstruct this this door and the rails, because the rails are tied directly into it. So we have to take a door off and not need this for a couple weeks.
Yeah. It's mid-May, and we got her scheduled for June 3rd.
Yeah, we're talking 3 weeks, 2 weeks.
And thankfully we've had moisture, but now we're like,
Don't
can you just not aim it at the door?
Yeah, just go around that'll work. Okay. So I think the first thing to do is just start taking this door off. This corner's chewed up. It's pretty solid in there. That's on this side. Let's see. Hold am I? How long do I plan to live? How long will this hold out?
Well, I'm kind of thinking a lot of this has been exposed from the dirt starting last year because we took the time to clean out this front.
Yeah, well, this part wasn't so bad. It was the other side that was really bad. But yes, you're correct.
I'm just thinking, will it be able to hold another 50 years? Cause
No. I know the answer to that. I'm just thinking, how long is it going to be till I'm too old to do this or dead? And
you don't care.
And I won't care. What is it everybody said? I don't give a shit.
I won't be around.
I won't be around when it goes to hell anyway. Problem is, I'm tired of repairing all of that shit that everybody else said that with. I don't want to leave you guys with this. Yeah, see, here's on the front. We really need to replace that one too. I hate to say it, but it's...
Slight problem with this one though. It's actually structural. It holds up the truss. The other one does not. See that? It holds right there. Over here, this one in the corner holds up the truss. This is more or less just a nice little support for the door itself. It's nothing for the barn or the shop, but the other one most definitely is. We have, you'll see there's a cable on each side right here. We got the tension removed off of the springs back here to do that. So like this cable right here is just floating. Now we've been deconstructing this. We've had 2 panels pulled and we're trying to figure out why it's not coming down, which might be part of the reason why it wasn't coming down in the first place. And he's gonna try and release this. This might come with a big crash and bang. 2 of the 6 panels are gone. We got 4 left.
This doesn't want to come down on its own, so it might hang up.
Yep, it did.
That's what I figured, but I want to be damn safe about it. So watch that head killer.
Yeah, all it takes is this to come down crashing on us.
This is pretty heavy. I'm in favor of going ahead and removing this. I'm free of it now. Yeah, that comes moving out a ways, didn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, that roller's out. Now it might be hanging on that one.
I just got, this one's done. I just got the tops of
Okay, but it still might be binding on your bottom here.
Yeah, probably.
Alright, so let's take these off. Boy, this is the purest shit can. She could all come out. I'm kind of expecting it to at some point here. Alright.
After several pre-planned and coordinated falls that were mostly just swag, we're done. Last panel's down on the ground. It may or may not have chipped a little bit of the post off, but we're gonna ignore that. We got this thing down. Now we can start deconstructing the rails. We got the tension spring, the twine, and knocked it off of the supports. So
redneck pulley right there.
yeah, a little precarious, but we made it work. All right, now for the next step. Now it's time to jump in the tractor bucket and see if I can pull the motor off the top. And here we are. So now I just gotta try and figure out the best place to do this. We're wanting to pull this off of it. So maybe I can just unbolt here. If not, I'll have to take the whole thing down. Because that end is already done. That end right there you can see is already off. Now we're just trying to pull this off somehow, and obviously, like, I don't know how heavy this is. We're just guessing. So having the tractor bucket instead of a ladder is going to be a lot easier. He had to climb up here on the ladder to help me because those bolts did not want to come through those holes. We got it banged out of place. It's set and ready. He's going to try and lower me now, and we're going to see what happens. Meanwhile, I'm getting high on diesel fuel, which is fantastic. There we go. It's working, okay. Easy does it. Try to avoid the light a little bit. Okay, now I need to climb up there on a ladder and pull that.
That is the sound of reinforcements. We got to bring some help in and some muscle and kind of set this thing up so that we can change both these posts out and put that new header in, set it down, and then we will be able to put that door on. And we cut the bottom out of that post completely off. It's just hanging there now. Now we just take it off, pull it out, put a new one in.
All right.
Just that easy.
Yeah, just that easy.
It's that easy.
Right.
Now that we got the post out, ready for a new one to come in, we got to get it from the surface, probably about 4 foot down is what we're guessing. Get that out. So we got to bore this out first and then take it out in pieces, chip the concrete away a little bit, get the new post in, because of course it's a little bigger. And then put a little concrete around it, caulk, and whatever else it takes to seal that a little bit better so we can go back together with it. In the meantime, here we go. So the post is out, and that is so deep and dark down in there you can't even see. We figured, I think we put a tape on, it's about 4 foot. So now we got to take the edge of this concrete out, as you can see where it's marked, and we'll chip that out, drop that other post in there, and then we will continue on. Hopefully we can make some headway on this. New post is set. Took all hands to kind of get that in. Now, kind of replacing the concrete around it, giving it a seal, and then we'll smooth her out, let her dry, and then go to the other side. Just like an artist.
There's some recycling and repurposing for you. We're starting to put this ceiling in using tin that used to be up on the roof. Up there, mom and dad replaced that about 2 years ago, and they saved it just for something like this. We will be using some of the scrap for a windbreak for some of the cattle, but this is a great opportunity to use it to just lower the ceiling a little bit so we don't have to heat up the rest of that ceiling space. We'll throw some insulation over the top of it, but other than that, it's just gonna create a nice little flat surface. Good use for it. We were fortunate enough to have a garage door company come in and they install all of it. So Dad and Rob, the contractor, were able to get a lot of all the header and the posts taken care of, as you saw before. And then the garage company came in and put in the rail system. We obviously lowered the ceiling and put the tin in there and insulated the top, which is fantastic because that is probably going to save us some money with the heat bill this upcoming winter. So this is working out really well. We got the airline set up, the power extension cord set up. So this has turned out pretty darn nice. Now the next part's to actually clean this and have it all nice and organized. This obviously isn't the sexy part of ranching, but it's a necessary thing that is helpful in the winter time and it protects vehicles. Like this summer, we've had a lot of hailstorms. So being able to bring in equipment, bring in vehicles that are protected from the hail is pretty nice during some of those storms. So thanks until you're better paid.